Okay guys, so now we are going to look through Act 2 Scene 4. Okay, this is a very short scene, but I want you all to pay attention to a few things. Okay, various disturbances in nature. Okay, what do they mean? All these things are destroying order. Okay, so thematically, okay, you must pay attention to the disruption of nature. And we also, in terms of character, we want to look at Macbeth. Okay, what's going on with Macbeth? Okay, so let's go and look at the text proper. So, it is outside the castle right after we pop out. Okay, so it tells us immediately. We see Ross and an old man. The old man represents, shall we say, a common bystander. Okay, and what is he commenting on? Okay, in such a long time. Okay, this one saw knight has trifled former tithing, knowings. So the night that just passed stands out in his memory. And what does this emphasize? It emphasizes the scale of the horror, that in 70 years of this man's life, he has never seen something so terrible. Okay, so let's have a look at how Shakespeare conveys how terrible Macbeth's deed is. Okay, and we will have a look at Ross. He says, "Ha, good father, thou seest the heavens as troubled with man's act threatens his bloody stage." So there is a disorder. Macbeth's act, okay, has even disrupted the divine, okay, the heavens, right? So again is emphasis. Okay, what else? By the clock 'tis day, and yet dark night strangles the traveling lamp. So night, day and night. That is to say, time is also disrupted. So space, scale, time. Okay, is it night's predominance or the day's shame that darkness does the face of earth entomb when living light should kiss it? So entomb again, there's a reference to death, and so this implies what has been going on. Okay, so again, if we look here at what the old man says, it is unnatural. He mentions the falcon and the owl. And the owl, we know it is a bird of death. One might even make the argument that falcon could possibly, it might be representing Duncan. Why? Because the falcon is a hunting bird and normally is reserved for the use of the nobility. Right, so the falcon might represent the king, whereas the owl, which is a bird of the night, might represent what Macbeth is doing when he kills the king. Okay, does that make sense? So what is going on is that we see the space, we see time, and we see nature, and all these things are disrupted, which only layers on and adds to the it underscores the chaos which is going on. Okay, and of course, if you continue going, you see Duncan's horses ate each other. Okay, so it's like, what is going on? Okay, so all this underscores the disruption to the natural order. Okay, so this is there's not a lot going on here, but I think Shakespeare is just putting this scene in to tell us, tell the audience, leave there no doubt that things are going south. Okay, and on page 155, really, what I just want to draw your attention to is Macbeth. Macduff. Okay, Macduff comes in. They say, "How goes the world, sir? Why not now?" And Macduff says, "Why see you not?" This is like a bit sarcastic, right? To Macduff, the state of affairs is apparent. Macduff knows that something has gone wrong. Okay, is it known who did more than bloody deed? Okay, this more than bloody deed. So Macduff is like, those that Macbeth has slain. Okay, and what does he say? They were bribed. Okay, so Macduff has an awareness of trickery. Macduff is not so easily deceived. Okay, and whether or not he suspects Malcolm and Donalbain, we don't know yet. Okay, but straight away what we see is that Macduff is an astute character. Okay, which I think sets him up as an opposition to Macbeth, because Macduff is going to be the one who kills Macbeth in the end, right? Okay, and so we have to continue to look at it. Okay, against nature still, Ross says. Okay, and so it's quite explicit lah. Shakespeare is like hammering it on our heads that look, it is ambition. Ambition will eat up your life. And so perhaps this is foreshadowing. Okay, foreshadowing of what is going to happen to Macbeth, because he is going to become the victim of his own ambition. Okay, and if we look at the rest of Macduff's behavior here, Macduff is supposed to be this loyal man, right? And by right, if Macbeth is going to be the king, Macduff should go along as a loyal liegeman. But what is happening? Okay, he is going to his home castle. So this is in effect, it is an implicit refusal to acknowledge Macbeth's kingship, right? Which again tells us that he is suspicious of Macbeth. Okay, and so those are the two things that we want to take away from Act 2, Scene 4. Firstly, about how Shakespeare portrays the disorder that is happening as a result. This scene is useful to refer in general, like if you want to make a general point about how nature is being disrupted. Secondly, it also sets up Macduff as in opposition to Macbeth. Okay, it shows us his suspicion. It shows us that he is of a higher, sterner moral quality. Okay, and that is basically what are the important things in this scene. Okay.